Chosen ones, what I'm about to reveal tonight may awaken something profound within you. If you found your way to this video, know this. It's not a random occurrence. You've been divinely guided here for a significant purpose. A life-altering encounter is awaiting you tonight. At precisely 3 a.m., during the hush of the world, the Creator is reaching out to you. This is not an ordinary evening. This is your sacred moment, an opportunity from above, to open your heart and speak honestly with God about your hardships, your sorrow, your financial stress, and all that weighs heavily on your soul. You may feel drained, tempted to fall asleep, but God urges you to stay awake. He's calling on you to lay bare your soul, to let go of what's been keeping you bound. Only a rare few, just 1% of the chosen, will truly grasp the significance of this divine invitation. And if you're reading this, you're among them. Before we go any further into this transformative experience, I ask you to take a meaningful step. Tap the like button, subscribe to help us reach 1,000 followers, and comment with the number 99. This number carries a powerful vibration and will enhance the connection you're about to forge with the divine tonight. Let's begin. In the calm of the night, a sacred call is waiting. This isn't just any invitation. It's a heavenly beckoning to awaken your spirit and come face to face with your Creator. At 3 a.m., something extraordinary takes place, a moment infused with spiritual depth that defies explanation. It is during these hallowed hours that God reaches out to His chosen. Visualize this: a personal audience with the divine, a time to hear His voice clearly, to receive sacred insight, and to be filled with strength for what lies ahead. But here's the reality. This encounter isn't meant for everyone. God has appointed only a small number, just 1%, to be alert and prepared for this sacred experience. Do you belong to that 1%? Your very presence here may be confirmation. Tonight, God is calling you to step into a moment of renewal and revelation. This isn't just a call. It's an encounter that could redefine your entire existence. This moment is a divine test, a call to demonstrate your faithfulness and readiness. Stay alert. Eliminate distractions. In these early hours, while most sleep, the Almighty is awake, prepared to reveal His presence to you in a deeply personal way. This hour offers you a chance to reset, to align your path and gain the strength and insight required to face what's ahead. Accept this moment fully, because it may be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. God doesn't act without purpose. His call carries intention and destiny. This isn't accidental, it's deliberate. And only 1% of individuals will truly experience this spiritual awakening. We often ignore the depth of the hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., but these are the moments when heaven opens wide, and the divine makes His nearness felt in unmistakable ways. If you're reading these words, it's likely you've already been chosen. The stillness of the night is your signal. This is your time. It's as though God has reserved a seat just for you at the table of your divine calling, waiting for you to show up, to listen, and to receive. But are you truly ready for what's coming? Can you handle the magnitude of the revelation He's about to deliver? The chosen 1% are those who have walked closely with God, who have pursued Him faithfully. Now the moment has come for them to be visited in a way that will transform their lives. As you wait with expectation, know that this is more than a spiritual spark. It is preparation for your next phase. When God visits, He comes with purpose. He's not here just to comfort you. He's here to strengthen, to enlighten, and to equip you for the path ahead. This encounter will leave you forever changed. Have you ever asked why you sometimes wake suddenly at 3 a.m. without reason? It might not be random. For many of the chosen, it's a holy awakening, a divine signal that God desires your attention. This is the time when the veil between the earthly and spiritual realms is thinnest, allowing for clear and direct communion with the divine. God often speaks in the silence, in the pause when our hearts are most open and receptive. It's more than just being awake. It's about tuning your spirit to hear and respond. Have you sensed a stirring in your heart? A yearning for more? A hunger for something deeper? That isn't coincidence. God is calling, and this sacred invitation could be your once-in-a-lifetime moment of change. It's time to stop doubting and start listening. The message is clear. He is waiting. When you awaken during these hours, don't be confused or disheartened. Embrace the moment for what it truly is, a divine appointment. Don't brush it off. Don't turn away. Take this seriously, because it may be the hour in which God unveils His most powerful words for your life. Your prayers, burdens, and deepest yearnings are about to be heard and answered in a way that will transform everything. From 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., something divine unfolds. These hours are known as the fourth watch, a time when spiritual forces are most active. This window of time holds immense significance in the realm of the spirit. It is when the presence of God is most tangible, offering protection, guidance, and insight like never before. Think of it this way. In a world drowning in noise, this silence is sacred. These hours provide a chance to commune directly with the divine. Why is this time so significant? The fourth watch marks transition, the end of night, the beginning of dawn. Spiritually, it signals movement from darkness into light, from uncertainty into clarity. This is the hour where God stands ready to give you the answers you've been seeking. But you must be still, you must be open, and you must be willing to receive His guidance. The hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are charged with spiritual significance, offering a rare and sacred moment to receive the guidance you've been yearning for. During this sacred time, God isn't just offering answers, He's equipping you for the next phase of your life. Whether through prayer, meditation, or simply sitting in quiet reflection, these early hours are meant for a deep and intimate connection with Him. This is your moment to gain insight, activate your spiritual gifts, and gather the inner strength needed to rise above every challenge in your path. Picture this: receiving a personal self. This is no mere symbolism or vague feeling. It's a real and transformative encounter that holds the power to redefine your existence. You have been handpicked by God, and He desires to meet with you in the stillness of the night. This sacred invitation is for those who have remained steadfast, for the faithful, and for those whose hearts truly seek Him. A divine visitation is a soul-altering event. It is far more than a fleeting thought. It is the tangible presence of the Almighty. In that moment, God can heal, guide, and speak directly to the deepest corners of your heart. This is your hour to be changed, to understand your purpose on a greater level, and to receive the tools you'll need to walk in faith. When God decides to visit, it is never without meaning. Every encounter is intentional and carries divine purpose. You'll walk away with the strength, wisdom, and clarity needed to meet any obstacle head-on. What happens in this sacred space won't just inspire you, it will stay with you, shaping your spiritual journey and preparing you for the divine mission ahead. Not everyone is called to rise during these sacred hours. God's call is selective. He chooses those who have walked closely with Him, those who have remained obedient and watchful. The hour of 3 a.m. is a holy time, divinely set apart. It's the moment where the mysteries of heaven are unveiled and the road ahead begins to take form. If you find yourself awake and stirred during this time, recognize that it's not by chance. You are one of the few, the 1%, whom God has selected. This sacred encounter is both an honor and a responsibility. You've been appointed for something far greater than you could have imagined. Are you ready to step into the divine plan God has written for your life? This is your opportunity to fully step into your destiny. For those who are spiritually attuned and awake, this window of time can bring transformation. The early morning hours are more than quiet moments. They're a time of sacred alignment, answered prayers, and heart-deep communion with God. If these words resonate with you now, it's because you've been chosen. Embrace this divine moment and allow it to leave a lasting imprint on your life. Being selected for something so sacred is no small thing. In a world full of distraction and noise, to be chosen by God is one of the most precious honors. Even if others don't see it, your spirit knows this calling is real. God, in His boundless love, has seen beyond your struggles and has found something rare within you. You've been handpicked for a moment that will sharpen your vision and strengthen your faith. To be among the chosen is to walk in step with God's desires, to have your heart tuned to His voice, and to stay rooted in devotion. This isn't a one-time event. God's call is part of an ongoing, intimate relationship. You're invited not just to witness, but to partner with Him in something divine. As one of the chosen, transformation is near. This calling is meant to guide your life, not just for today, but for the road ahead. Your connection with God will deepen, and His purpose for your life will become unmistakably clear. Now is the moment to walk fully into what you've been called to do. There are seasons in life when the spiritual fight intensifies and darkness seems to press in. These are the times when God calls us to stand, not with our own strength, but in His. Between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., spiritual activity reaches its peak. This is not only the hour of visitation, but also the battleground of the soul. During this time, you are called to pray, intercede, and stand firm in faith as unseen forces move. God has given you spiritual authority, and now He is asking you to step into it. When you pray in these early hours, you're not just speaking, you're engaging in divine warfare on behalf of your future, your family, your calling, and your community. The enemy will seek to discourage and distract, but God's power always prevails. Your prayers during this window have the ability to tear down strongholds, break generational cycles, and shift your life's direction. This is no ordinary moment of prayer. It's the hour to bring your heaviest burdens before God, to press through for your breakthrough, and to claim the promises already spoken over your life. These prayers are infused with divine power and have the capacity to change everything. Treat this moment with the weight it deserves. This could be the divine turning point you've been waiting for. When God speaks to His chosen, He does so with intention and purpose. The still hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are sacred, filled with revelation and divine wisdom. These aren't just feel-good insights. These are secrets of heaven, insights that hold the key to unlocking your purpose, clarifying your next step, and making sense of the struggles you've walked through. God's voice in these early hours is more than a faint whisper. It's a bold, undeniable summons. As you sit in calm and quiet, the Lord begins to unveil the mysteries that once puzzled you. Confusion fades, and clarity takes its place. The roads that once seemed uncertain are now illuminated, and the answers you've long searched for begin to emerge. These are heavenly revelations, truths designed to ready you for what lies ahead, fortify you to overcome adversity, and grant you divine insight that will distinguish you from others. In this sacred moment, God is not merely revealing truths, He is also equipping you to fully embrace your divine calling. You'll receive a level of discernment and guidance that only comes from lingering in His presence. These sacred minutes are vital. They hold the wisdom and direction necessary to make pivotal choices that will alter the direction of your life. There is something undeniably powerful about the instructions God imparts when your heart is fully attuned to Him. The hour of 3 a.m. is when God offers his most precise direction, a time when noise fades and your spirit is at its most receptive. During this holy meeting, he communicates directly with your innermost being, giving you exact steps that will lead to personal renewal and lasting change. Have you ever felt a strong urge in your heart, a pull to act, to shift, or to start anew? This is the moment when those divine nudges become unmistakably clear. God's direction during this holy period isn't ambiguous. It's detailed, purposeful, and in perfect harmony with his plan for your life. These moments of insight should never be dismissed. When God speaks, he not only guides you, he empowers you to take action and live out the purpose he designed specifically for you. The instructions may stretch you, but they will always bring reward. As you align yourself with God's intention, your life will undergo a transformation unlike anything you've experienced before. This encounter is the point at which everything begins to shift. You'll gain the boldness, insight, and spiritual clarity to press forward, confident that God is walking with you every step of the way. Being awake in these holy hours isn't just about staying physically alert. It's about keeping your spirit in tune, ready to engage deeply with the divine. Your wakefulness places you in the perfect position to receive every blessing God intends to release. This 3 a.m. moment is your sacred appointment, but it demands your total focus, your undivided heart, and your intentional presence. It's not a time to drift or be distracted. To be awake in this divine moment means to lean fully into his presence, to listen for his voice, and to let his spirit move powerfully through you. It's an act of spiritual participation where your prayers, your faith, and your obedience synchronize with God's blueprint for your life. To fully embrace this holy time, begin by preparing your heart. Seek stillness, remove any mental clutter, and create space for God's voice to be heard. In doing so, you'll enter into a level of spiritual communion that will fortify your bond with him and get you ready for what's next. A divine encounter isn't simply a moment of spiritual awareness. It's an event marked by miraculous change. The presence of God has the power to renew you from within. When he visits you in the still of the night, what once felt impossible begins to shift. The weight you've been carrying will lift, and your outlook will be reshaped. You will leave that encounter with newfound energy, clarity, and a renewed sense of calling. Transformation begins when you come face to face with the Lord. It's more than a brief emotional change. It's a deep, enduring shift that reaches into every part of your being. Your fears, hesitations, and insecurities dissolve in the overwhelming reality of his love and power. This sacred exchange becomes the spark that launches the next chapter of your spiritual walk, propelling you into a future infused with purpose and divine direction. When God meets you in the stillness, he doesn't merely appear, he alters you completely. This is your invitation into a new chapter of divine alignment, where uncertainty gives way to clarity. Step boldly into that transformation. It's the exact preparation you need to walk fully in your destiny. The 3 a.m. hour is not simply a moment of encounter. It's a spiritual portal through which prayers rise, prophecies are spoken, and hidden truths are made known. It is here that God speaks intimately, revealing what's been tucked away in the deepest corners of your heart and mind. Prayers offered during this time hold immense spiritual weight. This isn't the hour for habitual requests. It's the time for deep cries of the soul that move the heavens. In this quiet sanctuary, the Lord draws near, responding with supernatural insight. If your heart carries burdens, be they about relationships, financial matters, or personal struggles, this is the moment to release them. God will respond with clarity, promises, and breakthrough. Prophetic insight often emerges in such moments. In the stillness, God unveils glimpses of the future, offering revelations that can reshape your life's direction. These sacred insights are not to be taken casually. They are meant to guide, uplift, and prepare you for the path ahead. As one of the chosen, you are entrusted with a sacred duty during the fourth watch. This is more than a personal meeting. It's a call to spiritual vigilance. While darkness wages its battles, God calls you to stand firm in His strength, protect your spiritual territory, and actively engage in the fight for your purpose and promise. The fourth watch represents a significant spiritual window when darkness is most active, and as one of the chosen, you are summoned to stand in intercession. This is far from a passive moment. It demands your full participation. You are meant to rise to the occasion. Your prayers during this watch carry immense spiritual force. They shatter chains, collapse barriers, and drive back the forces of evil. God has entrusted you with spiritual authority to stand in the breach, safeguard what He has entrusted to you, and uphold the promises destined for your life. This is a time for spiritual reinforcement, for heightened awareness, and for staying spiritually awake. In this consecrated hour, you aren't merely waiting for divine intervention. You are actively engaged in the battle for your destiny. By doing so, you shield your calling, your household, and your purpose. Understand this. During the fourth watch, God stands beside you, empowering you to remain strong in the face of adversity. Answering God's call at 3 a.m. marks a deeply significant point in your faith walk, but it's not the end goal. The real transformation begins when you align your actions with the divine truths and insights He imparts in this time. To respond to His voice is to step into a higher standard of living, one that mirrors His plans and your divine assignment. Living according to God's direction requires unwavering obedience to His voice. It isn't sufficient to hear Him. You must live in accordance with what He reveals. This may mean letting go of old habits, making courageous choices, and walking away from anything that no longer supports your spiritual development. But when your life is in step with God's purpose, you will find a peace and fulfillment that nothing else can provide. His design for your life surpasses anything you could plan for yourself, leading to a future overflowing with promise and hope. How you respond to this sacred invitation will shape your life's trajectory. By walking in alignment with God's purpose, you become a vessel for His presence, inviting greater blessings into every area of your life. This path requires trust, discipline, and spiritual sensitivity, but it brings with it a deep peace and a powerful sense of direction. Don't take this invitation lightly. It's your chance to walk fully in the will of God. Being awakened at 3 a.m. may seem like an untimely disruption, but what if it's actually a divinely scheduled meeting? This moment isn't accidental or a symptom of sleeplessness. God is intentionally calling you to rise at this specific time to draw you nearer to Him. The quiet of the early hours provides a rare chance for deep spiritual communion, when distractions fade and your heart is most open to hearing the voice of God. In these moments, God has something deliberate and personal to share with you. It might be a message of encouragement, divine strategy, or even a revelation of what lies ahead. This 3 a.m. awakening is often God's gentle nudge, signaling, "I have something crucial to reveal to you." This isn't random. It's a divine orchestration. The more you respond to it, the more transformation you will witness in your life. When this moment comes, take a moment to pause, breathe, and welcome God's presence. Resist the urge to fall back asleep or dismiss it as insignificant. This is your sacred window to pray, to listen, and to receive whatever He is revealing. God has set this time aside to meet with you. What will your answer be? These few moments could become the turning point that ushers you into deeper faith and clearer direction than you've ever experienced. A divine meeting doesn't arrive on a predictable schedule, and it rarely comes when we expect it. That's why God chooses these quiet hours to call on you. Your decision to wake up, to engage with Him, and to be fully present determines what He is able to release in your life. Accept the moment. God is speaking. Tune in and hear Him. When you pray during the 3 a.m. hour, you step into a space of profound spiritual opportunity. These early morning moments are blessed for breakthrough. They are divinely appointed for transformation, where the faithful are able to overcome challenges once thought insurmountable. This time is especially powerful because it aligns with heightened spiritual activity. While darkness works behind the scenes, God's presence is magnified, empowering you to push through resistance and reclaim victory. In this sacred space, spiritual battles are at their fiercest, and your prayers become weapons in the heavenly realm. The enemy may try to sow confusion, fear, or discouragement, but your prayers directly confront and dismantle those efforts. Your words carry divine authority. They break spiritual chains, lift burdens, and shift the atmosphere in your favor. This is also the hour to seek divine wisdom and perspective. Are you facing situations that feel impossible? Are there dreams that seem just beyond reach? The 3 a.m. encounter with God is when He delivers the breakthrough you've been crying out for. As you kneel before Him in this time of prayer, be prepared for strategies, solutions, and divine clarity. Don't underestimate the impact of praying during these hours. God rewards the devotion of those who seek Him in the stillness of night. In return, He grants supernatural strength to face what lies ahead. Walls that once seemed immovable will begin to fall, and what were once obstacles will transform into divine opportunities. The enemy's grip on your life will loosen, while God's power will anchor and sustain you. The fourth watch, from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., is a divinely set time frame when God's timing perfectly aligns with His intentions. In this period, spiritual energy peaks, and the call goes out for His chosen to remain awake, aware, and spiritually engaged. The fourth watch represents a spiritual shift, from night to dawn, from uncertainty to revelation. And it's in this sacred window that God's supernatural power becomes most available, ready to release life-altering encounters that can redirect your path and elevate your purpose. During this sacred window of time, the spiritual atmosphere is highly charged, and divine interventions are not only possible, they are anticipated. In Scripture, the fourth watch is associated with some of God's most awe-inspiring demonstrations of power. It was in this watch that Jesus walked upon the water, and it was also during this period that His disciples were supernaturally rescued from a violent storm. This segment of the night is distinguished by supernatural events, deliverance, and the unveiling of God's divine intentions for His people. Recognizing the importance of this timing positions you to fully receive what heaven has set aside for you. It goes beyond merely staying awake. It's about having spiritual awareness and being actively tuned in to the voice of God. In these moments, He brings solutions to long-standing problems, clarity in areas of uncertainty, and spiritual covering against opposing forces. The fourth watch is far more than a period of waiting. It's a call to spiritual engagement. When you awaken to meet with God at this time, you step into a divine flow where His power moves mightily on your behalf. Prepare yourself for a season of profound change, where your prayers and actions carry greater impact than ever before. Encounters with God during the early morning hours often unlock prophetic insight that can dramatically alter your life's course. These revelations are not solely for personal edification. They are frequently connected to your destiny, your family's future, or the well-being of others around you. When God calls you at 3 a.m., it is often to reveal a significant truth intended to empower your next steps. These divine messages might arrive as a dream, a prophetic word, or an unmistakable inner conviction. God doesn't speak without purpose. He unveils these things to guide, to heal, and to direct. whether it pertains to a decision that needs to be made, an intercession for someone else, or an area in need of breakthrough. These encounters mark your journey with intentionality. The direction and insight received during these moments are meant to elevate you, provide clarity, and prepare you for the road ahead. These 3 a.m. revelations are deeply personal, intricately linked to your situation, your needs, and the longings of your heart. If you've been in a place of confusion or searching for answers, this divine hour is when God reveals His compassion, His plan, and His presence. His voice will be more distinct than ever before, and your faith will rise to new levels as you receive these heavenly downloads. Record them, meditate on them, pray over them, and trust that they are messages straight from God's heart. What He discloses to you in these quiet hours has the potential to redirect your life and deepen your connection with Him. God's visits during the early hours are crafted to renew your faith in ways that are deeply transformative. It's in these still moments that your trust in Him is tested, refined, and strengthened. Responding to God's 3 a.m. call initiates a journey of spiritual development that demands confidence in what is unseen, belief in His promises, and responsiveness to His guidance. This is a time of refining. Just as precious metals are purified through fire, your faith becomes more resilient as you spend these moments in God's presence. Doubt, fear, and unbelief are stripped away, making room for courage and assurance that can only come from walking closely with Him. By rising early to pursue God, you declare your surrender to His will. In these sacred hours, He softens and reshapes your heart, crafting you into who He's always intended you to become. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable begin to look like stages for His power to shine through your life. Your faith will be solidified, and a deep peace, one that goes beyond human logic, will take root in your soul. These divine meetings prepare you for future trials and equip you with everything needed to fulfill your spiritual calling. As you consistently meet God during these quiet hours, your trust in Him will become the bedrock on which your future is built. Recognizing and aligning with God's timing is one of the greatest revelations in your walk of faith. It's not merely about waiting for a moment. It's about synchronizing your life with His divine rhythm. The 3 a.m. encounter stands as one of the clearest markers of spiritual alignment, where your heart, soul, and mind meet God's purpose in perfect harmony. God never arrives too soon or too late. His timing is always precise. In the tranquility of the morning, you are positioned to receive His voice with exceptional clarity. Whether it's regarding a relationship, a new opportunity, or a crossroads in life, these divine moments offer the perspective and certainty you need to step forward confidently. When you live in alignment with God's timetable, you're choosing to walk in His will. That means embracing the fact that His designs for your life far exceed what you could plan on your own. His timeline may defy your expectations, but it never fails in its purpose. Trust that every detail of your journey is being orchestrated for your good. Meeting God in the stillness of the early hours connects you to the fullness of His will. It places you squarely in the center of His plan, paving the way for a life overflowing with meaning, joy, and divine fulfillment. Surrender to the process. His timing is flawless. Fear and doubt are among the strongest weapons the enemy uses to prevent us from stepping into our divine purpose. But when you encounter God in the silence of the night, those fears begin to lose their hold. The 3 a.m. encounter becomes a powerful moment where God infuses you with the strength to rise above the things that once held you back. In the early morning, His presence calms every anxious thought. As you seek Him, He begins to replace your fear with boldness, your anxiety with assurance, and your insecurity with trust in His control. Fear no longer rules you. Instead, you are strengthened to walk boldly in the direction He's leading. Beloved chosen ones, what I'm about to share with you tonight is unlike anything you've encountered before. If you found yourself watching this video, it's not by accident. You've been divinely led here because a profound shift is unfolding in your life. And tonight, yes, tonight may be your final window of opportunity. A moment to rise at 3 a.m., regardless of how difficult it feels, and empty your heart before God. This is far more than simply asking for blessings. It's a sacred moment to open your soul to God, to speak every desire you've ever carried, from childhood dreams to the abundance you've silently longed for, to the forgiveness that will bring healing. This is the night to ask for it all. You are no longer in the waiting room. You are stepping into manifestation, moving from hoping to receiving. This isn't just a shift in mindset. It is a spiritual reawakening. As one of the chosen, you're about to witness divine alignment in your life happening so rapidly, it will leave you breathless. But before you step into what's coming, you must understand how this process works so that you can fully receive what's already in motion. Before we go any further, take a moment right now to pause this video and do 3 things. Click the like button, subscribe so we can reach our first 1,000 subscribers, and type the number 999 in the comments. That number will send a signal to the universe of your readiness. Let's dive deeper. Tonight holds something extraordinary. At exactly 3 a.m., God is extending a sacred invitation to His chosen. This isn't just another night. This is the night where everything begins to change. Picture the Creator of all things calling your name, inviting you into His presence to share what's on your heart. Do not allow this divine moment to slip past you. It's as if the entire universe is pausing, waiting for you to step into your destiny. Though you may feel worn out or tempted to dismiss this as an ordinary evening, trust that this is a time like no other. The 3 a.m. hour is a time of immense spiritual potency, a moment when the boundary between heaven and earth is at its thinnest. God is waiting for you, eager to hear your voice, to listen to the cry of your heart, and to grant you what your soul needs most. This is your breakthrough hour, a time to shed what has bound you and embrace your highest potential. Don't underestimate the power of this invitation. Think about it. God, in all His mercy and grace, is granting you this moment. A private encounter with the divine. He wants to listen. He wants to bless you. This may be the last call for a transformation that will ripple through every part of your life. Don't let it pass unnoticed. Answer it with faith. What is it your heart has been yearning for? Is it healing, financial provision, a personal renewal? This is your night to bring it all before God. There's no room for doubt or hesitation. It's time to speak boldly to the Creator and ask for the miracles you've dreamed of. God's love is overflowing, and He delights in granting the desires of your heart. But keep this in mind. What you ask for must align with His greater purpose. Request what draws you closer to your destiny and trust that God will provide. Not just what you want, but what your spirit truly needs. His plan always exceeds your expectations. When you come before God tonight, come with boldness. This is your hour. Make your requests known, but also seek what your soul needs to grow. God is here, and this moment can spark a transformation that changes your life from the inside out. This could be the moment that shifts everything. You've prayed, you've waited, you've believed, and now God is opening the door to complete renewal. Tonight could be your chance to break away from the old patterns, wounds, and regrets that have held you back. This is your season, your moment to release the burdens and blockages that have hindered your purpose. God is standing ready to usher in a new chapter filled with growth, favor, and fulfillment. But to walk in this new season, you must let go of the past. Surrender the mindsets, behaviors, and fears that have kept you confined. The moment you give God full access to your life, the miracles begin. Healing will emerge, doors will open, relationships will evolve. Your finances will begin to reflect your divine calling. This is the turning point. Surrender and let God lead. Why 3 a.m.? This hour carries immense spiritual weight. Known by many as the hour of miracles, this time is set apart because its quiet stillness provides an ideal space for divine connection. In these early hours, God often draws near, His presence more tangible than at any other time. The world's distractions fade, and the veil separating the physical and the spiritual grows thinner. This is the hour when divine encounters are most profound. But with this sacred moment comes responsibility. The 3 a.m. watch isn't the time to waver. Every minute matters. Every second you delay is a missed opportunity for a breakthrough. This is a holy interval of time, and if you allow it to slip away, you may not feel this exact alignment again. God is waiting. All He needs is for you to show up. Embrace this hour with readiness and intention. Don't allow fear or doubt to rob you of this moment. This is your window for transformation. Don't let it pass you by. The heavens are positioned for your advancement, and God is ready to release His blessings. But it requires your presence, your belief, and your boldness. When was the last time you felt truly heard? Not by people around you, but by the divine. Tonight, that is exactly what you're being offered. This isn't just another night of prayer or reflection. This is a sacred appointment, a chance to sit before the Almighty and speak from the deepest place in your heart. Consider this. God is offering you direct, unhindered access. No barriers, no intermediaries. He's waiting for you to show up fully, with your dreams, your struggles, and your deepest hopes. This is not just you speaking into the void. It's a real, two-way conversation. And God is listening. Don't allow the distractions of life to drown out this invitation. This moment is yours. Your opening to speak authentically with the divine. Let your heart be vulnerable. Be honest. Be present. God isn't looking for perfection. He's looking for surrender. He's ready to meet you exactly where you are. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The breakthrough your soul has longed to experience. It doesn't matter what stage of life you're in, young or old, struggling or succeeding. God is able to meet you right where you are and lift your life beyond what you ever imagined possible. The 3 a.m. hour holds the power to transform lives in ways that defy logic, surpassing boundaries of age, situation, or time. In this holy space, God is not constrained by your current reality. He can shift circumstances, open unexpected doors, and move on your behalf in powerful ways. Think of all the testimonies from people who encountered life-changing miracles in these early morning hours. Individuals who were drowning in debt and suddenly experienced divine financial turnaround. People suffering for years with illness who found healing when it seemed impossible. Relationships that were broken beyond repair suddenly restored through God's divine touch. There is supernatural power in the 3 a.m. hour to bring your deepest desires to life. This is your moment to access that power. Wherever you are on your path, God is prepared to take you further than you've gone before. You don't have to wait for the stars to align or for your circumstances to be perfect. All that's required is that you show up with faith, trust in God's goodness, and ask for what your heart truly yearns for. In this sacred hour, your prayers can activate the very shift you've been waiting for. Release the guilt, the shame, and the regrets that have kept you stuck. The 3 a.m. watch is a sacred hour of release and renewal, where forgiveness is not only available, but overflowing. And it's not just about forgiving others. It's also about receiving forgiveness for yourself. God is extending the grace you need to move forward with a clean heart. If you've been burdened by past mistakes or carrying deep emotional scars, know this: God is ready to restore what's been lost. Forgiveness isn't about denying what happened. It's about letting go of the grip those memories and wounds have had on your life. When you forgive, you break the chains. You give your heart permission to heal, to breathe, to be free. God is already waiting, ready to pour out healing, to purify your soul, and to make you whole. Bring to Him the areas where you've failed, where you've fallen short, or where you've caused pain. Lay it all before Him and trust that His mercy will renew you from the inside out. This is your invitation to be restored, to be renewed, and to begin again. At 3 a.m., God is not just responding to your prayers. He's revealing His unwavering affection and commitment to you. This divine moment is proof that He's thinking of you, that He longs for closeness, and that He desires a deeper relationship with you. The fact that you've been awakened for this moment speaks volumes about His love. His love isn't distant or theoretical. It's real, intimate, and life-changing. He's inviting you into a sacred relationship where you are fully seen, completely known, and deeply treasured. This moment isn't about religious routine. It's about connection. He wants to hear your heart. He wants to guide you, lift you, and surround you with His love. As you enter into this encounter, let the awareness of His love fill you with courage and calm. You are never alone. You are deeply loved. This divine connection is God's way of reminding you of your worth and His unshakable presence. Let it uplift you, anchor you, and fill your spirit with peace. When preparing for this sacred time with the Lord, your heart posture and your readiness matter. Think about how you'd approach a meeting with royalty. What would you wear? How would you carry yourself? What kind of presence would you bring? God, in His graciousness, is inviting you to stand before Him. It's an opportunity to be fully present, fully open, and fully aligned with His presence. Wear something that feels both comfortable and respectful, something that honors the sacredness of this encounter. You're not dressing up for show. You're dressing with intention, as someone coming before their Creator. Likewise, consider what you eat in the hours leading up to this time. Choose simple, nourishing foods that support clarity and focus. Feed your body in a way that helps your spirit remain alert and receptive during this divine moment. Most of all, prepare your heart. Ask God to quiet your mind and awaken your soul. Speak with sincerity and openness. This isn't about fancy words or religious formalities. God already knows what you need. Use this time to pour out your gratitude, your fears, your dreams. He's listening, and every word you speak is met with compassion and grace. Tonight is also a powerful opportunity to bring your relationships before God. Are there places where you've been hurt, or areas where you may have caused pain? The 3 a.m. hour is the perfect time to ask God to bring healing and peace into the relationships that matter most. God's love has the power to mend what's broken. He can turn bitterness into peace, distance into unity, and pain into love. Come to Him with an open spirit, ready to forgive and to be forgiven. To forgive doesn't mean you're excusing the pain. It means you're choosing to no longer carry the weight of it. It's your chance to let go of resentment and open your heart to restoration. Ask God to move within the brokenness and breathe life into what feels beyond repair. No relationship is too far gone for God. Whether it's between family, friends, or partners, His love can rebuild what human effort alone cannot. Ask Him to intervene, and then trust that He's already at work behind the scenes. Even if the results aren't immediate, your prayer is the beginning of a healing process only He can complete. This sacred 3 a.m. moment is living proof of how deeply God loves you. His invitation to meet with Him tonight has nothing to do with what you've done to earn it, and everything to do with His endless, unconditional love. While God is always present, these hours are a special window where He invites you to experience His nearness more profoundly. It's as if He's whispering, I see you, I love you, and I want to talk to you. Even when you question your worth or doubt whether you're deserving, know this. God's love doesn't change based on your mistakes or shortcomings. His love is constant. It's pure. It's boundless. The very fact that He has chosen to draw you into this moment shows His deep desire to see you thrive. Let this time fill you with assurance. You are precious in His eyes. You are chosen. And this 3 a.m. invitation is one of the many ways God is gently showing you just how much you matter. Embrace it, and never forget that He's always near. The hour of 3 a.m. is a sacred and potent time for prayer that brings deep, life-altering transformation. If you've been holding out for a breakthrough, be it in your finances, emotional healing, or physical health, this sacred window carries the possibility for divine and miraculous change. God is not restricted by clocks or calendars. He hears your petitions with unmatched focus and care. At this time, it's as though the heavens themselves lean in to respond to the longings of your soul. Whether you're burdened by debt, facing obstacles in your career, or experiencing material lack, this is the hour when those weights can be lifted. God cares not only about your spiritual progress, but every area of your life. He sees your needs and stands ready to provide. Ask Him boldly for the insight, provision, and open doors that will lead you into abundance and lasting stability. This hour is also divinely appointed for healing. If you've been suffering from sickness or struggling with deep emotional pain, God is prepared to meet you in this moment of humility and prayer. Cry out for restoration. Trust that He is fully able to renew your body, uplift your mind, and restore your spirit. 3 a.m. is not just a time to speak. It's a time to surrender everything at His feet and receive the miracles He has already prepared for you. Tonight also offers a powerful invitation to release the burdens you've been carrying, mistakes from your past, sins, regrets, and pain. We all bear the weight of something: shame, grief, guilt, or resentment. But in this sacred hour, you're invited to bring it all before God and ask Him for cleansing grace. Through His mercy, you can find healing and restoration. Forgiveness may not always feel easy, but it is the key to true freedom. If you've caused hurt, seek God's forgiveness and the courage to make things right. If someone has wounded you, ask for the strength to forgive and move forward. Forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean reconciliation. It means loosening the grip of pain and bitterness that holds you captive. When you choose to forgive, you open yourself up to healing. Tonight, let God mend what's broken in your heart. Allow Him to lift the heaviness of regret and replace it with His peace and mercy. This is your moment to be renewed, made whole, and begin again. No matter your season, whether you're just starting out or in the midst of success or struggle, God is able to meet you exactly where you are and elevate your life to levels you never thought possible. This 3 a.m. encounter transcends time, age, or circumstance. Within this sacred moment, God is not constrained by your current position. He can clear paths, remove barriers, and turn every situation around. Think of the many stories of people whose lives were forever changed during the stillness of the early morning. Those drowning in lack who suddenly found financial provision. People plagued by illness who experienced total healing. Broken relationships restored in ways only God could orchestrate. This hour contains the power to bring your deepest dreams into reality. Now is the time to connect with that divine source. Wherever you are in your process, God is ready to take you further than you've ever imagined. You don't need to wait until conditions are perfect or until you feel ready. All that's required is your presence, your trust, and the courage to ask for the desires that weigh on your heart. At 3 a.m., your voice reaches heaven with unusual force. This is the time to speak your breakthrough into being. This is not an ordinary gathering. This is a divine encounter with the one who created you. How you prepare for it matters. Imagine being invited to meet with a king. Would you come casually, unprepared? You would present yourself with dignity, mindfulness, and honor. Your physical and spiritual readiness sets the atmosphere for what's to come. Begin by grounding yourself before this holy appointment. Choose to wear something that helps you feel respectful yet comfortable. A small act that reflects the significance of what's about to happen. Eat mindfully. Nourish your body with light, clean food that helps you remain spiritually alert and physically energized. Most importantly, prepare your heart. Enter this space with humility, honesty, and full awareness. There's no need for polished words. God desires your raw truth. Share your fears, your hopes, your doubts. The way you approach this moment reveals how deeply you value it. Come ready, and God will meet you in ways you never expected. At the moment the clock strikes 3 a.m., a quiet invitation is extended to your spirit. A heavenly opening where anything becomes possible. It is a time when the divine aligns with the earthly in rare, powerful harmony, making it one of the most impactful times for personal transformation. God, who exists beyond time and space, chooses this sacred window to reach you with unmatched closeness and intention. This is your chance to align with divine flow and witness the miraculous unfold in your life. For generations, people have spoken of the breakthroughs they've encountered in these early hours. This moment holds spiritual force capable of healing deep wounds, resolving impossible situations, and completely altering your path. These miracles aren't reserved for a select few. They are available to all who believe. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You simply need to show up with an open spirit, ready to receive what God has for you. Ask boldly for what seems out of reach, for in this hour, there is no such thing as too much. What may seem impossible to man is always possible with God. And during this hour, your prayers carry weight that reaches the throne of heaven. Step into this moment. Let faith stir your soul. Let your heart awaken to the transformation that has been waiting for you. This is your divine moment. Don't let it slip away. Believe that all you need is already within reach as you meet God during this powerful hour of intimacy. There is something profoundly moving about a moment of complete honesty, especially when it's shared with the one who created you. The 3 a.m. hour isn't just another time for prayer. It's a sacred space for raw expression, a time to open your heart fully, trusting that God is listening with compassion and deep understanding. It's an open invitation to lay bare your soul, to speak your truest desires and greatest struggles, knowing that in His presence, you are completely safe. What are you carrying within? Is there something you've never dared to say aloud? This is the moment. This hour isn't about polished words or religious ritual. It's about vulnerability. It's about showing up exactly as you are, unfiltered, honest, and willing to release what has weighed you down. Whether you're burdened by sorrow, confusion, fear, or isolation, God is ready to hear from you. No pain is too heavy, no emotion too messy. Picture this hour as a quiet place where your most fragile thoughts are held with gentleness. Through this sacred communion, God has the power to mend your heart, to comfort your soul, and to bring restoration. This is your moment to shed the past, acknowledge your fears, and ask for His unwavering strength and direction. Speak to Him as though it's your first time, freely, truthfully, with nothing held back. There is no judgment here, only divine mercy. In these still, reverent moments, your voice is heard more clearly than ever. And when God listens, He moves in ways that are beyond comprehension. This is your chance to pour out your spirit, trusting that He will meet you right where you are. Take a breath, open your soul, and know God is near and ready to hear you tonight. When uncertainty clouds your spirit, the 3 a.m. hour becomes the doorway from hesitation to unshakable belief. In the deep silence of the night, you are given the sacred space to trade your doubts for a stronger, deeper trust in the direction God has for your life. This time is more than just asking. It's about stepping into belief. It's about claiming the possibilities that come when you choose faith over fear. Doubt can trap us, making us question if God's promises apply to us. But in this quiet hour, God calls you to lay those doubts aside and step boldly into His light. He longs to increase your faith, to lift you above your circumstances, and to remind you that with Him, nothing is beyond reach. Prayers lifted in this hour carry great power. Why? Because 3 a.m. is when distractions fade and the noise of the world quiets, making it easier to hear His voice with clarity. As you pray with conviction, divine answers become more tangible, more life-changing. This is when impossibilities begin to shift, when your dreams are revived, and when God directs your steps with purpose. Let go of uncertainty tonight. Let your faith be reignited. Speak boldly, knowing your prayers are heard and that with God, every resource, every answer, and every breakthrough is within your grasp. Step away from doubt and walk fully into the faith that transforms. If you've been burdened with emotional scars, physical ailments, or spiritual weariness, the 3 a.m. hour is divinely appointed for healing. It is a sacred time when heaven touches earth to renew, restore, and revive every part of who you are. Healing goes far beyond the body. It's the mending of emotions, the renewal of hope, and the restoration of your spiritual connection. This is God's invitation to experience His healing presence in extraordinary ways. God's ability to heal knows no limits. Whether you're wrestling with a chronic illness, the pain of past trauma, or a broken relationship, this hour is your opportunity to release the burden and invite divine restoration into every area of your life. The God who comforted the afflicted, who raised the sick, and who gave hope to the hopeless is waiting for you to come to Him with faith. Tonight offers a chance for real transformation, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Healing doesn't always come in a flash, but it begins the moment you trust Him with your pain. The moment you bring Him your wounds, your weakness, your fears. Ask for wholeness in every area: your body, your relationships, your heart, and your thoughts. Speak specifically and let the healing begin. This is a sacred appointment for God to touch your broken places and bring renewal. Whether restoration comes quickly or slowly, believe that it has already begun. God is your healer, and He is ready to meet you in this holy moment. There's undeniable spiritual power in the stillness of 3 a.m. It's not just a time to ask, it's a window when the heavens feel especially near, offering you access to divine direction, wisdom, and spiritual clarity. If you've been searching for answers or trying to understand your next step, this moment is your gateway into divine understanding that can reshape your life. During this holy hour, you have the opportunity to ask God for clarity about your calling, your relationships, or any decision weighing on your heart. Many have discovered that during these early morning moments, revelations come, sometimes even answers to questions they never thought to ask. When you quiet your surroundings and center your heart, God can speak in ways that pierce through all confusion. Come to this moment ready to receive. Ask Him to uncover the path ahead, to show you open doors you may have missed, and to provide insight for the challenges you're facing. Prayers offered during this sacred window are powerful tools for revelation. They open the door to hidden truths and divine strategy for your life. God is always ready to pour out wisdom, but are you prepared to receive it? This night may be the very one when God unlocks mysteries meant specifically for you. Don't let this opportunity pass by. Open your heart, ask boldly, and receive the insight that will lead you into your destiny. You're being called into divine alignment. This moment isn't a coincidence. It's a divine call to rise into the purpose God has written just for you. Let your heart align with His will and watch as your life begins to shift toward its divine purpose. Many people go through life searching for meaning, wondering why they were created and what their true purpose is. The hour of 3 a.m. is a sacred window when God speaks clearly about the destiny He has designed specifically for you. Whether you're already walking in your calling or still unsure of your direction, this holy moment offers divine insight that can illuminate your next step. This isn't just a time for discovering your purpose. It's a moment to begin actively walking in it. Ask God to reveal how your gifts, your passions, and your calling are meant to serve others. Pray for the boldness to move forward, even when the road seems uncertain. Trust that in this sacred hour, God is not only speaking, He is also equipping you with the tools, strength, and clarity to advance. Let this encounter be the turning point where your life begins to align with the divine calling that's been placed within you. Your purpose is waiting, and God is ready to lead you through every part of the journey. There are seasons when we feel weighed down by fear, addiction, insecurity, or the inability to forgive. These burdens can stop us from fully embracing the life God intended for us. But the 3 a.m. hour is a divine moment where chains can be broken and freedom can begin. God is ready to release you from anything that has kept you trapped, so you can move forward in peace, joy, and purpose. This sacred time is an open invitation to ask for freedom from whatever has held you back. Whether it's emotional wounds, spiritual bondage, or destructive habits. Maybe you've been caught in cycles you can't seem to break, or thoughts that won't let you go. But at 3 a.m., the power of God is more than enough. When you invite Him into your struggle, He meets you with supernatural strength and deliverance. Be bold in your prayers tonight. Speak clearly about the areas where you feel bound, whether it's fear, addiction, depression, or lingering pain from the past. God is listening, and He's ready to bring the release your soul has been craving. This is your opportunity to step into the freedom that only He can provide. Deliverance isn't just possible, it's ready and waiting.